Hello. A second lesson, forced resolution. If we have F1 and F2, two forces, and R is the resultant between them, and θ1 is the inclination angle between R and F1, θ2 is the inclination angle between R and F2. Yes. Then F1 over sine the angle between R and F2. That meaning F1 over sine θ2 equal F2 over the sine between the angle between R and F1. F2 over sine θ1 equals R over sine θ1 plus θ2. F1 over sine θ2 equals F2 over sine θ1 equals R over sine θ1 plus θ2. We know that sine 180 minus θ1 plus θ2 for any triangle. If we have two angles, θ1 and θ2, 180 minus that equal sine θ1 plus θ2, because yes, sine 180 minus angle equals sine of its angle, because 180 minus lies in the second quad. For example, resolve the force of magnitude 12 Newton in two components inclined to the forces by angles 60 and 45 degrees are, yes, resolve to F1 and F2. The first one, or the first angle between R and F1 equals 60, and between R and F2 equals 45. Then F1 over sine θ2 equals F2 over sine θ1 equals R over sine, the sum between θ1 and θ2. Then F1 over sine 45 equals F2 over sine 60 equals 12 over sine 105, 60 plus 45. Then F1 equal cross multiplication 12 times sine 45 over, yes, sine 105. That equals 8.7846 Newton. We can approximate to the nearest one decimal place, that equal 8.8 Newton. And F2 equals sine 60 times 12 over sine 105 by calculator equals 10.7589, that equals 10.8, approximate to the nearest one decimal. Okay. The resultant of coupler forces meeting at one point, that meaning many forces meeting at one point. The first lesson is the resultant of between two forces F1 and F2. Yes, R equals the square root F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cosine alpha, because alpha is the angle between the two forces and its direction tan theta equal F2 sine alpha over F1 plus F2 cosine alpha. But if we have many forces, more than two forces, we can find the resultant as, for example, four forces act at particle and the first force equals 4 act in, yes, the ith direction. Add 4 for the two coordinates x and y. 4 and the angle, the second of magnitude 2, act in direction 60 degrees. 60 degrees, the first one is 4 and the other one is 2. The angle between them 60 degrees. And the third one is north of and east, the third one of magnitude 5 Newton. Yes, 5 Newton, 60 north of east. North of east, that meaning 60 degrees. And 3 root 3. 3 root 3. Yes, act in the direction 60 west of south. West of south. Then the angle 30 degrees. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 forces. 4, 2, 5, and 3 root 3. 60 degrees, and the angle between x and y equals 90. Then this angle is what? 30 degrees. Yes, 60 and this angle is 30 and 30. We can find ordered pairs for the forces. 4 and the measure of angle equal 0. 4 and 0. 2 and the angle equals 60. 5 and the angle equal 30 plus 90 equals 120. And 3 root 2, the angle equals 4 these angles. 4 from and 3 root 2 to the x-axis. 30 plus 60 plus 30 plus 30 plus 60, that meaning 30 plus 180 equals 210. Yes, x and y. You can find x for, yes, cosine. X equals 4 cosine 0 because the angle equals 0. And 2 cosine 60. 5 cosine 120. And 3 root 2 cosine 210. By calculator, that equals -2. Another one, 4, 2, 5, and 3 root 3. The angle for the force 4, 0. For the force 2 is 60. 5 is 120. 90 plus 30. And for 3 root 3 is the angle 30 and 180, that equals 210. X equals cosine, that equals -2. Y equal, yes, 4 sine 0 plus 2 sine 60 plus 5 sine 120 plus 3 root 3 sine 210. By calculator, that equals 2 root 3. R the resultant, that equals what? R the vector. 2 root 3 I minus 2j. Yes, and R equals square root x power 2 plus y power 2. That equals 4 plus 12 equal root 16. Then R equals 4. This magnitude and its direction tan theta. Theta is the angle between R and the first force. Then theta equals y over x. Y over x, that equals what? Y equals 2 root 3 over x -2. 2 over -2. 2 root 3 over -2, that equals shift tan. Then theta equals 120. Because 120, that meaning the angle in second quad. Because x was negative. X is negative and y is positive. Negative and positive is the angle in the second quad. Theta equals 120. Then the